Welcome back. Our next guest is a multi-talented Cree Métis activist, curator, educator, and interdisciplinary artist.
Their artwork has been showcased across the globe, and Vogue calls them an Indigenous artist you need to know now. So please welcome to the show, Jason Baerg. Thanks for being here. So Jason, we're so delighted to have you, and you're just off a very big weekend at Indigenous New York Fashion Week. Your work was featured there, and your work really blurs the line between art and fashion so beautifully. So talk about this collection that we're looking at right now and what you presented there.
It was such an honor. So you're looking at pieces that honor the North, the color white, and our ancestral knowledges. So yeah, we kind of used many materials to tell that story. We used leather, we used fur, we used silk, we used some chiffons, just to give that buoyancy of the air in the work. So it was really great to be there.
Lovely, and your pieces are absolutely beautiful. And this was the inaugural, this was the inaugural Indigenous New York Fashion Week. So what was it like to present your work alongside other Indigenous artists?
It was really profound and very powerful. I used to live in New York City. I lived in the Lower East Side. I lived 3 blocks away from where we presented, so it was a full circle moment. And it was such an honor to actually be with all those profound, talented people. You know, I have to acknowledge Relative Arts. You know, they just reached into their Rolodex and they pulled forth Indigenous talent in hair and makeup, the models. Everything was just super profound, and it was just great to be there.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you, yeah.
Well, let's go back to the beginning a little bit, because your journey, you grew up in Saskatchewan.
I sure did.
And so how did you find your way into the arts?
Yeah, shout out to Prince Albert. Shout out to PA. Yeah. I grew up on the West Flat, and yeah, I'm two-spirited, so like, TV saved my life. And I really think about like amazing programs like fashion television, and Much Music. Jeannie Becker really introduced me to the greats, so I have a lot to be thankful for. So yeah.
I want to talk about color in your fashion collections. I've heard you speak about reclaiming the colors orange and red in your pieces. So what does that look like and why?
So when we think about September 30th, we're approaching Truth and Reconciliation Day here in Canada. But I don't want to just hold orange to our traumas. I really want to celebrate those medicines, and I try to really reach into my creative abilities to celebrate our ancestors, our present moment, and reach towards the future in the good way.
Love that.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
You are a multimedia artist, and you currently have an AI project on display, and it is called Feed the Fires. So tell us about this, and also how is AI incorporated into this?
So I am thankful to the Canada Council for the Arts, as well as Shirk Funding. It financed bringing a great crew to Japan, where we were hosted by the Ainu, the Indigenous people of Japan. So Indigenous peoples from the 5 directions gathered, and we shared story and ceremony around the knowledges of fire. And that really informed this work. So when you go to InterAccess, it's right here in Toronto, you get to sit around a fire and you tell a story. And as you're telling the story, artificial intelligence will project immersively your story as you're telling it. So,
Incredible.
You've got stories from your homeland. You can visit, and you can not only visit each other, but also your homelands in real time.
That is incredible.
Through artificial intelligence.
Right? So I'm curious, as an artist, how do you feel about the role that technology as it's growing in creative spaces? How do you feel about that?
Well, I think AI has its problematics, but I mean, that's where we creatively can really think through what are solutions. How can we use this technology to benefit us? So for example, if we were to ask the question, could we use artificial intelligence to activate environmental reparation? Well, that was really the intention in our project. So,
So Jason, you're currently an associate professor at OCAD University here in Toronto.
Yes.
So talk about how the role of artist and educator converge for you.
Yeah, I am so thankful to be a tenured professor at OCAD University. It's a privilege, and I acknowledge that, you know? But I think about our best teachers. I think our best teachers really are those people who lead by example, you know? And if I am championing my students and I'm telling them to reach for their dreams, I gotta do that too. Yeah. So I look back and I think about some of the most profound teachers that influenced me. And it was really those people that were active out there in the fields. So in discovering their work, I have a greater respect for them. And when they give me feedback, I'm listening and I'm ready to act.
Great teacher.
So, yeah.
Leading by example, true.
You've got to.
You know, I want to stay with education for a second because you had mentioned, we know at the end of the month, the Day for Truth and Reconciliation is coming here.
Yes.
It's going to be recognized across the country. So you are an educator yourself. So what do you hope that this day looks like in our educational institutions?
Well, we're taking the day off at OCAD.
Okay.
You know, I think it's a time to really reflect on reconciliation, reparations too. You know, I think there's so much that we have to learn from our Indigenous peoples, and we don't always have to look to the past as well. I think it's really important to engage those relationships. So yeah. Honoring that, honoring those relationships, honoring continuum, and celebrating the future through that.
Jason, thank you so much for chatting with us today and sharing your work.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congrats.
So, Jason's exhibition, Feed the Fires, is on now through October 11th at Interaccess. So be sure to check that out. And don't go anywhere because we'll be right back.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.